If you're struggling to get more sales from your ecom brand and you're trying to figure out what's wrong, this video is for you. I've been in the e-commerce game for over 2 years now, and I've helped countless brands achieve 100K per month. Along the way, I've seen the same mistake repeated over and over again, costing them thousands of dollars. Which is why, in this video, I'm gonna break down my exact system to turn attention into actual revenue for your brand. Now, here's the big issue. Most ecom brands throw mindlessly traffic to their online store, and then they wonder why no one's buy. They focus on running ads, driving clicks, and hope for conversion. But without a real strategy, this is like pouring water in a bucket full of holes. Traffic's come in, but it leaks just as fast. Which brings me to the first step. Know your visitors. Look, you cannot treat every visitor the same and expect result. Think about it. When you walk into a store in real life, the way a salesperson interact with you depends on your intent. If you're just messing around, they won't pressure you into buying immediately. But if you're clearly interested into the product, they will guide you through the decision-making process. And your website needs to do the same thing. Visitors on your site are at 3 different stages in the buying journey. Cold lead, they never heard of you before. They need education, trust, and a reason to care about your product. Warm lead, they've checked you before, but they haven't had a reason to buy. They need reassurance, proof, and a little push to actually buy. Now the hot leads, they're the one ready to buy now, but they might just need a small push to finalize their decision. If you speak to a cold lead like they're ready to buy, they'll feel overwhelmed and bounce. But if you speak to a hot lead like they don't know you, you slow down the sale and risk losing them. And I'm not talking about guessing what they want based on assumption. You need to actually dig into the data to understand real users' behaviors. One of our clients sell high-end water dispenser designed to improve health. At first, they were focused on the luxury aesthetic as well as the eco-friendly vibe of their brand. But when we dug into the data, we discovered something surprising. Customers cared more about the product ability to fight pathogens as well as support their well-being. We shifted the messaging to highlight the benefits, and this has more than doubled their conversion rate. And that's the difference between guessing and letting the data lead the way. But here's the thing, even if you know your visitors, you still need to know how to target them, which lead me to the second step, the secret sell trigger. Most brands think of the copy as just word on their website. Big mistake. Your copy is the voice of your brand. It's the one thing that can push visitors towards buying or make them uninterested. But here's the thing, people don't buy the product, they buy the feeling. They buy solutions to the problem that frustrate them. So if your copy doesn't tap into the fear or the desire of your audience, you're leaving huge money on the table. Now with that said, let's break it down. First, you have the fear-based copy. People don't buy until they understand the pain of staying in their current situation. Your job is to make them realize what's happening if they don't act. Some of the common fear in e-commerce are the like of keep struggling with problem while others find solutions, waste more money on product that don't work, and regret not taking action sooner. Most customers don't buy just because they're interested. They buy because the fear of missing out, wasting time, or staying stuck into the same situation. Your copy should make them feel the urgency of buying now. Now the second one, the desire-based copy. Now that we've tackled fear, let's talk about desire. People don't buy logically. They buy because they want something better. Maybe they want confidence, status, ease, happiness, or even just a life without a certain frustration. Great copy paint a picture of what it looks like after they have buy. Now, here's how you can do it. You can use this after scenario. Instead of our blender or powerful, you can say, start your morning with a silky smooth smoothie. Now, you need to know that you need to tap into the identity and the status of your customer. People buy things that match who they want to become. So sell them that. Designs that sell. Let's be real. People judge book by their cover. And when it comes to your e-commerce store, people judge your product by how your website make them feel. It doesn't matter if you have the best product on the market. If your website look cheap, cluttered, or outdated, visitors subconsciously assume that the product is cheap. That's perceived value in action. Think about Apple. Their product is not just high quality. Their website, their ads, and their packaging, it all scream premium. This makes customers willing to pay more before they even touch the product. Now, for e-commerce's brand, there's 2 major mistakes that kill their conversion. The first one is a messy layout that overwhelms the visitor. Too many color, too much text, too many distraction. Instead of guiding them to buy, you make them think hard. So that's why they leave. On the other hand, your page can be too minimal. If your design is too simple, you're not giving enough information or confidence so they can make a decision. They hesitate, and hesitation kill conversion. So what's the sweet spot? Well, you have to make the journey obvious. Every page should guide the visitor without any friction. Clear call to action, logical flow, and a hierarchy that directs the high to what matters. You also have to keep the trust high, and this is done by handling the objection before they even occur. It shows you understand your visitors and it creates trust. They're feeling understood, which lead to more people buying. You also have to match the energy of the brand. Now, here's the problem. You might do everything right, but there's this one simple thing that 99% of ecom brands are missing, which is why they get no result. Test everything. So you've put all the pieces in place. You understood the visitor intent, you've optimized your online store, and you added some trusted elements. But the real secret of scaling is testing what actually matters. The only way to know if something is working is to actually test it out. And how do you do this? Well, you have to take data-driven decision. When you combine data-driven decision with actual A/B testing, you start seeing results like never before. And when you get that right, this is where your growth becomes exponential. We saw this firsthand with a coffee brand that we were working with. Analyzing the data, we saw that bulk buyers were facing too much friction. To purchase in large, they had to click on every product page, slowing down the process. We hypothesized that simplifying the buying experience of the collection page would reduce friction. After running an A/B test, we enabled customers to select quantity directly from the collection page and add the product automatically to the cart. The outcome was clear, a 30% increase in conversion rate from just one test. That's the power of combining data-driven insight with smart testing. A/B test doesn't have to be a huge thing. It could be something small like just changing the headline or the call to action copy. When you test, you actually get real insight of what's actually moving the needle for your audience. This is how you optimize continuously to push your brand forward. Now look, I get it. You might not have the time or the patience to deal with all this stress. That's why I offer you to help you with this. At ClickGear, we boost your conversion rate with a data-driven strategy unique to your brand and audience. We will help you take the guesswork out of your CRO strategy. Now take a look into the description or the comments below and schedule a meeting with us, and we'll talk very soon.